Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, wherever you are. And the Diamond League is back. The Paris Diamond League, the meeting there in France, is about to get on the way. It's already started for a few events. The pole vault, in particular, Mondo Duplantis, I think at the time I checked, was somewhere in second place, which is just early rounds still. A number of interesting things happening today. It's going to kick off with the Diamond League customary 400-meter hurdles at this meeting. And here we will get it's two standout performances from the World of Track and Field this year. Alison dos Santos, one of the individuals vying for the gold medal in Paris. You have to believe that the gold medals will come from, or the medals in general, all things being equal, will come from dos Santos, Rai Benjamin, and Karsten Varham. But importantly in this race too, we have the Jamaican Malik James King, fresh off of his 47-42 at the Jamaica National Championships a week ago or so, where he delivered an outstanding performance, which immediately pushed him up the best times of the season, and he's currently sitting at number 5. Only Caleb Deem, Varham, dos Santos, and Benjamin are ahead of him. And you would have to think that he would need to get down into the 46 if he was gonna have any sort of hopes of getting a medal. I don't think that's possible to get a medal given the quality of these guys if everything runs well. But that's for a different story. That's the first up on the track. I want to thank everybody for joining me as we get really sorted for this Diamond League event. I'm getting a look here of Mondo Duplantis. This is not being held, as many of you might know, in the Stade de France, where the track and field portion of the Olympics will be held. This is at another site, and you would only get to see athletes in Stade de France. So this is going to be a fantastic event. I mean, what we will definitely see now is markers of where athletes will be coming into this Olympic Games. At this moment, all the national teams are in, I believe. They had to deliver those names to World Athletics, and in the coming weeks or coming days, we can unpack some of those things. But this is gonna be a great Diamond League meeting. I believe you're gonna get a chance to see a number of high quality athletes here. I'm looking forward to seeing Fate as well. Fate Yegan. I want to see what Mondo is doing. I'm gonna try to get a quick update before we get to the first thing there on the track, which is the 400-meter hurdles. That should be coming up in another 2 minutes or so. But in the meantime, I want to take a quick look at the pole vault that's in standing right now. For some reason, I'm having a little bit of difficulty. Okay, sorry, thank you. So there's a few more jumps. Interestingly, Mondo is not actually leading right now, but I think that might be about to change in no time. Don't forget to like the video. I hope you guys are happy with what's going on in track and field. If you're really into track and field, you are excited for this Olympics. So I'm now seeing the guys on the track here in the 400-meter hurdles. And I think this is probably a dos Santos race, but I want to see what Malik James King, his performance on this circuit as well. But Akam is there. There's James King in 7th, fresh off of his 47-42, which, as I mentioned earlier, is the 5th fastest time of the year. Dos Santos already at 663. Couple times he was at the top of the leaderboard. Now he's no longer, because Rai Benjamin took that. Yeah. There's Hapio. I think he medaled in the European Championships, just at low 48s. Bergstrom as well has a sub 48 this season. Yeah. Maggi as well. High quality field here. 48.09 for him this year, as well as for his season best. Yeah. And then there's also Drummond and Abakar from Qatar. All right, so they're getting into the blocks right now. Yeah, let's see what we get from Varham, and not Varham, from Alison dos Santos. I expect him to run really well. Also want to see what the other guys are doing. So a few diamond leagues, as we know, before we get to the Olympics. Monaco, then in London, and then that will end. All right, so they're out, and dos Santos seems is already on. The stagger is over. Everybody else already is leading at this hurdle. You know, he has already taken down Malik James King and everybody else. Dos Santos is pouring this on. It's going to be probably a very fast time for him as usual. Doesn't look like he's going really, really fast, but he's leading substantially already. About 200 meters, or less than 200 meters to go. 100 meters. Coming off the top bend by himself. Nobody's there. Malik James King is out of it too. I think Maji's there. And King is making us a late surge. But it's going to be dos Santos, Maji, and Malik James King, I believe, here. So 47.78 seems like the official time here. So 47.78. Comfortable win for Alison dos Santos. Didn't really look as great on the home stretch as you would anticipate. But yeah, he's done sub 47s a few times already this season. But there wasn't any real thing here. I'm not trying to look. A little grimace on the face as he's coming around the bend a lot. This is like a hurdle 8 here, it looks like. Maybe he's loaded somewhat because, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he went through comfortable at the end. I mean, we're here trying to nitpick 47.78, which is really an interesting kind of thing. But I guess when you see a likes of a dos Santos, you anticipate him running very low 47s, almost going into 46 for sure. But that wasn't the case. But in the end, very comfortable. Maggi has 47.95, a season best for him, and King, the Jamaica national champion, in 48.37. So the important thing here is that these guys are just making sure that you get into good shape. A lot of guys were at their best last week, and there might be tapering, not tapering, but they may be pulling them back in order to get them ready for the Olympics. And there's no medals being handed out on the Diamond League. So I'm just getting a look at Nielsen here, trying to clear 5 meters 50. I think he unsuccessful in his attempt here at 5:50. So he's out. All in the game. Good morning. How are you doing? Always have to remind myself that dos Santos is a good 3 years younger than Rice/Carson. It is, I never really think about that, to be honest with you, and that's a really good point you're making here, because it just shows the upside. I mean, what we know from even at the last Olympics, we figured out that that's the guy that would eventually break the world record again, and we thought he had I definitely think he has the ability to run sub 46, at least prior to the injury. Obviously, we don't fully know what that injury can do. I mean, although he's come back and run a few 46 already, so you would have to think that he could still get up there. And I know the 45 is a ridiculous time, but I definitely think when you think about his height, I think built for the 400-meter hurdles, I think dos Santos has the right build. He's really, really, really good in terms of his size and his ability, and he has good speed. So it could work. Morning, St. Clair, how are you doing? Would be interesting to see if those Kenyans can repeat those 8 times in the 800 meters. But interesting questions. I don't know if you could run a 141 here in Paris. It looks overcast and cloudy. I haven't checked the weather. I can look into that in a second. I don't know the answer to that. That I wouldn't anticipate him running as fast a time, but he could. He could do that. The reason why I'm not saying he wouldn't do it now is that you probably want to hold off until you get to the Olympics. I suspect that Wanyoni should be able to pull off at least a 142, and which is extremely fast time, as we know. But I don't know for sure. I'll wait and to see. But I think let's see. There's Sadrati in the mix as well, which is really good. That's high quality running there. You would think that he should be able to run faster in general because of the altitude issues there in Nairobi. But do you want to run that time on the Diamond League and then you have the Olympics in a few weeks' time? Those are the kind of interesting questions. But he's clearly in great shape. Yeah. All in the game. Will it be like the last 2 years where Valle Alman dominates the discus all year but loses the big one in the summer? I don't know. That's not what you want to do, right? I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I mean, what I've been a little bit worried about is Jaime Perez or whatever her name is, because after she dropped that big 70 stuff, did she follow up with another 70? Or I can't recall. But she hasn't looked as great on the Diamond League circuit in terms of winning. She's looking decent in terms of being in the mix for the event, but it's one of those things. You want to do your best throw. Alman has missed out, and she clearly is the most consistent thrower over the last how many years now. And let's see, when you think about this year alone, Valerie has top 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 throws in the world at 70, 89, 70, 73, a bunch of 69s as well. Obviously, the world leader is Perez at 73.09 at that windy event in Oklahoma. And then again, top 8 and 9 times. So when you look at it, you're saying to yourself, outside of the only 2 of the top 10 throws this year haven't gone to Valerie Alman. We'll wait and see. I think you never count out the competition level at the Olympics. I think a Bing Fa will come in, Feng rather, will come in and do something. She is particularly prepared to be at our best at those times. But if we're being honest, you should expect that Valerie should win the Olympics. And if she doesn't, there's a lot of questions to be asked there. Yeah. That's how I would think about it all in game. Really appreciate everybody coming on. I know it's early for some people, and I know I have people who are from all over the world. And if you have been impacted recently by the hurricane, I hope your family are doing well, and we all pulling for you guys and so on. And yeah. Let's see what All in Game is saying. Yeah, Perez has yet to throw further than 68.83 since that huge throw, but hasn't really finished outside the top 2 when she's competed this year. Yeah, so that's the thing. It makes me wonder where her ceiling, where our level actually is. So I think she's in great shape. I definitely expect Perez to be on the medal podium in Paris. But in my mind, I still think Alman is a much better thrower in terms of even distance, because I just think that throw there in Oklahoma was win-aided if we can ever have a win-aided throw in the discus. I mean, I know Aletna also broke the world record there, but he's been consistent over 70 meters as well in his throwing. Yeah, I think Alman should go favorite by every stretch. And if she doesn't win the gold medal, there's questions to be answered. The only way I think you can feel comfortable as Valerie Allman not winning the gold medal in at the Olympics is it just depends on how far rather athletes go. So if you get someone doing a 71 on you or a 72 and you throw 70 meters, then you could hold your hand up and say, look, it's one of those things. Because everybody's pretty much close in that big throw region. But if she goes there and pulls off a 67 or a 68 lows, and someone else or a couple people jump in with 70s, then you start to question about the timing which you're throwing these major throws, and whether or not the season has not been planned the way you would want it to be. That's how I would look at it. Yeah, let me get back to some comment. Yeah, Perez is now 33 and Almond 29. I still think the 33 is decent in the throws. The biggest thing for me is whether or not your ability to sustain the training, right? The injuries that start to pop up, your body gets a little bit more fragile at that age in your career. You have to take care of yourself in much better ways. Uh, so we'll see. We'll see. We will see. Uh, so right now the 800 meters are about to get on track. Obviously, Cedrati already this season one of the standouts, I think, and yeah, they're gonna move off in a second here, and we'll get a sense of what's going on. There's Wanyoni as well. There's Kinimal. There's a bunch of interesting guys here. Kinimal has gone 142 this season too. Yeah. Who was just behind Wanyoni at the Kenyan thing, right? So, I mean, Wanyoni is looking really, really good too, like physically. Yeah. And I guess Masalele and Kramer are in the same lane. Yeah. Yeah. But we'll see what we get here. This should be fast. I think Cedrat is in great shape. And yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of guys here that are in high level shape. It's gonna be ridiculous here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my stream's out. These guys are out already. I think Wanyun is trying to get to the front here. He might be in the front. Yeah, he's cutting over. He's also aggressive there. Where's Sadrati right now? Yeah, that these guys are running really hard here. This is like 31 at 33 meters here. At they're gonna run like 49 or 48 at the first leg at this rate. They're pushing this. Whoa, there's 48.79. This is gonna be 141. Unless they back off. That is ridiculous running here. Look at that. So Wanyoni and Kinimal is running. And Sedrat is right behind him there. This is outrageous here. This is what 110 on the backstretch. 20. This is gonna be 141 for sure. I can't believe they're gonna run 141 right here. And Wanyon is really running good right now. And then Sajati is coming as if he's gonna come and pass him right now. This is gonna be amazing time. This is 126 off the top of the bend. This has to be 141. And Wanyon is overtaken by Sajati. Look at that stuff here, and oh my God, all these guys at the line. 141.55 flash, 141.56 official. That's the world lead personal best for Sedrati. Wanyoni even ran faster than he did in Kenya, 141.58. That's another PB for him. And Tuel, 141.61. That's a national record too for the French. And Kinemal again, sorry. Kinemal finishing fourth at 142.8, but at the same time as Chenimwa at one. Jeez. Look at that. Are we in David Rhodesian is almost over for you? More record times now. Where did these guys get this from? And then I think Wanyoni tried to come back in, but he was already boxed in over there. Whoa. That's all. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, all in the game. Yeah, first lap was that. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah, 141, yeah, men's 800 meters heating up. Hey, how you doing, Silas? It's good to have you on the channel. 3 men sub 142. This is one of the most amazing races I've ever seen. I can't believe I saw that. PB for the first 8 men. No, I'm trying to process this. You got to be joking right now, guys. Let's see. I mean, there's not going to be a pace setter in the Olympics for sure, but so we have to temper expectations there, and also I think it gets a lot more tactical when you get in the distance races. People are afraid of how you go, but these are 3 guys that just run 141, and then you have a Frenchman who's basically gonna run with the entire France behind him, his back in the Olympics. I didn't see this coming. And then one he only ran really. I mean, the guy ran a PB and didn't win. I mean, I think maybe I think good running also from Sedrati as I was looking back on the quick replay there just to make sure he couldn't come back to him on the inside there. But 141.56, 141.58, 141.61. Those are ridiculous times. And then the 142s, 142s, a big running. I mean, Kramer at 143.66 is amazing. I think everybody who ran this race here should feel good. I mean, maybe 144.96 isn't what you want to see, but that's really good running as well too. 800 meters different space. I didn't think the men would be bringing it like this. I mean, I think when was it, a few weeks ago when he dropped that stuff in Kenya, and then all of a sudden, everybody says, hold on, that is up there. Yeah, throw Arap and Hopland there, and yeah, Wanyoni doesn't turn 20 till August 1st. Yeah, forget about that too. Yeah, you have to think the world record is going to go at some point. At some point. I like it. Yeah, I want to see. I mean, there's some big running here, to be honest with you guys. They're thrown down a serious warning signal with this run here. This is it. You look at these 3 guys already and you say to yourself, can you take me off the podium? And we haven't, as you say, we haven't seen Marco or Rop. I'm stunned right there. I'm literally stunned at that time. I'm not even trying to exaggerate here. I'm just processing this 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 whole situation here. I just don't even know. Because Arap ran what 143 earlier this year in China, which was really early. That happened in April. We haven't really, and he did a what he did in Canada. He did a 143 too in Canada as well, right? At the national championships. Uh, I'm just seeing Yaroslav Manuchik right here. I think she just cleared 198 here, I believe. Such a gorgeous high jumper, technique wise. Really smooth over the on the run up. Olisegla's here trying to go at 198, just gets it on our second attempt as well. Top class high jumping going on. I want to take a quick look at the high jumping just to see where we are there because I haven't been following it. Yeah. So right now is Olislega's in the mix. So it's only 3 women in the mix right now. Lamar distant finished fourth. Failed at all 3 attempts at 198, but was over first time on everything up to 198. Patterson's also out as well. That's a surprise. One at one. Well, not fully a surprise, I guess. That's our PB jump as well for the season. But 3 women remaining in the high jump. Manuchik, Olislegas, and Topic. I mean, high jump is in a really good place as well. There's a lot of high quality women here. I guess Nifitayam did it just for the kicks in terms of getting to prepared for the multi distance event. I mean, but we know she has a 202 at her best. Yeah, I think 3,000 steeplechase is gonna come up in a second here. But yeah, that 800 meters is just something else. What's going on here? I'm missing out a lot of thing here. Bring us library. We're waiting. I mean, I can't show you the race if that's what you're asking for. To be honest with you, that's copyright violation there. But hopefully you can find a stream somewhere else and still come back and chat with us. They'll be testing those young Kenyans like a lab rat. Yeah, I guess everybody gets tested. I think testing also goes much more. Increases before the start of a major games, especially in front of the Olympics too, and everybody will be getting that. So it's not an unusual space. If you run something ridiculous, they will be on you. They'll be, at least for the distance runners in particular too, they'll be assessing the biological passport, looking for any anomalies and so on. Because what they don't want happen is to go to the Olympic Games and someone would have been positive prior to the games and it gets missed and it really throws off because that's not what they want. But we'll see. I think those guys have been tested a lot already. They've been on the circuit. I imagine Wanyoni is getting tested every other minute because of what he did in altitude recently. And so if there's something, we would have probably figured it out by now. But Wanyoni go. I mean, he's next level here, to be honest with you. But what we saw, especially at his age, but it's going to be great. 3,000 meters steeplechase men are already in progress there. Let me get some more of your comments. Yeah, Arab did 143 at Canada. Basically, yeah, he has no competition. They're all in the game, but he better. When guys are running 141 there, you have to bring it. It's going to be amazing to see. I think 800 meters, great space. 140, 156 WTF. Yeah, that's the thing of the day. When will the athletics start? You mean for the Olympics, or I'm not quite sure for what question you're asking. For the Olympics, so the Olympics start July 26th, but the athletics portion starts in August. We can put that up in a second if you want to know for sure. But yeah. But yeah, the 3,000-meter steeplechase is in progress right now, guys. Let me get to let me see where we are in that. I'm not fully paying attention to it. I should. I was just still I'm I'm still trying to get over this 800 meters that we just saw here. I'm trying to process what that means for the Olympics. I mean, I think if we get this type of 141 again in the Olympics, then I would be more than happy with it. I think we have to give in the consideration there's no pacemaker there. Not that I think the likes of a one uni needs that because he can get out well, or even Sadrati, but also I think what will happen at the Olympics is that no one will want to push so hard. Usually you get them just trying to measure each other, and it's the guys who have the great kick that will hold their hand up and think that they're in a position to nick it. But we'll see. Steeplechase going on. Kone's in the lead. There's Kip Sang right behind him, and Kip Kuwait as well. You know, I mean, steeplechase for a while was an event that the Kenyans held for forever. Not so much a case right now, but also, you have Lamechia Gurm. I don't know why Lamechia Gurm can't seem to figure it out at the major games, you know. But this could be the year for him. Yeah. I think, one of the things about the steeplechase is always when you get to an Olympics or a World Championships is the tactical nature of it too, where athletes you anticipate who should be able to drop big times, they usually don't, or they don't run as fast as when they run it on the circuit. So we'll see. Yeah, unfortunately I can't. Women's 400 meters should be fired too. Yeah, that's gonna be a great race this evening as well. Since you mentioned it, St. Clair, let me look at it again. I was looking at it the other night. I mean, obviously, a standout for me would be Paulina, but there's Lika Clava there. There is Alexis Holmes, who ran well at the U.S. National Championships. NASA is there. This year alone, she's gone, 50-32. So we'll get a chance to see if she's going to be running fast. And then obviously the Polish athlete in Kazmarek, who has to think that she's in the mix to be on the podium, already going sub 49 this season. I don't know. I mean, 400 meter for women are in a really special place as well. It's not going to be easy at the Olympic Games, but I still think Paulina starts favorite. Speaking of that, Shawnee Miller-Weber did get world rankings into the 400 meters at the Olympics. So if she's able to get healthy in time, she could go to the Olympic Games and run the flat 4. I don't know if that's going to happen, and whether or not, or even if she gets healthy, what type of shape Shawnee might be in. But we'll get a sense. So Kibiwat is currently in the lead, I think, here, ahead of Serum and Simi in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. Yeah. Don't forget to like the video, guys. If it's your first time on the channel, I really appreciate it. A lot of you come back all the time, and I definitely appreciate it. It's the community. We'll be here all track and field season, diamond leagues, everything. A lot of live streams. I'm going to be doing watch alongs, and then we'll try to also do a lot of reaction shows. There's some videos that we'll be putting out as well. And then I do other sports too, so I'll do some more of that too. But this is the station for you for the whole Olympics. You get to put your comments up, and we talk about everything you put, as long as it's clean and within community rules. And we'll be here. Yeah. The Dutch has 2 young women finish 2nd and 3rd in discus, which is great. Oh, I didn't even look at that. Need to see NASA put together back-to-back sub-50s, which she's yet to do. To think she's back. Yeah, I want to see that too. I don't think you can, in the state of where 400 meters currently is, you can't be in contention if you're not in in low 49s at the moment. There's definitely that. I think that's the case. I don't know where NASA is yet, and like you, we have to wait and see. Uh, been out of the sport, obviously, as we all know. She served that violation ban, but hasn't really put together the races that will say she could be a contender for a medal in Paris yet. So we'll wait and see. Oh yeah, it's going on. It's already started. To be honest with you, I could give you some updates. I mean, the 800 meters already went. I think that's the standout race already for the for. We can put back up that result if you wanted to get a sense of that. But that is the race of the evening. I don't know if there's going to be anything better than what we saw there. Sadrati, in a new national record, world lead personal best 141.56 ahead of Emmanuel Wanyoni, who also ran another PB, beating the time he did in Nairobi recently at 141.58. Tual from France, national record 2 PB 141.61. Kiminmal and the other Kenyan, they're running PBs as well at 142.08. So that was the race. There's PBs for everybody all the way up to 8th place. I think Simu is going to win this ahead of this is the end of the 3,000 meter steeplechase. It's going to be sub it's going to no, it's not going to be sub 8 meters. 8 minutes. So Simu looks like he's won in 8:02:36 or Serum. I don't know who won this. Yeah, 8:02:36 for PB for Simu to win. Both of those guys got the. Let me see. So Simi ahead of Serum here, but at the same time of 8:02:36. So it's probably some thousands of a second difference here. I can try to find that in a second here. Yeah, yeah. That's really good running there from the 3,000 meter steeplechase guys. I didn't give the full attention to that because I was checking some comments. Yeah, and then there was 400 meter hurdles as well. The Santos won that. There's some good stuff going on. They had men's 110 meter semis here. Tinch and Simonelli didn't make it out of the semis. Okay, I didn't even look at that earlier on in the game. I did see that. I know it happened, but I was doing something else. Let's see that again. Interesting. Yeah, Simonelli had what 13:33 and didn't qualify. I guess he had the same time as Sasha Joya, who had a 13:33. Ooh, these are really interesting fast times running in the opening heats of the. In heat 2, you had what 13:16 by Izumia, and Beard ran a 13:25, and Martinez 13:32. This is like a blanket finish for third to fifth here in the first heat. In the second heat, in the first heat, ooh, Trey Kahneman and these Japanese guys are running really fast. Murataki in 13:15 ahead of Cunningham, who didn't make the U.S. national team, 13:20. Interesting. Cordell Tinch at 13:33. You're running 13:33 in a Diamond League heats and you can't make it into the final. That's tough. Very tough there. Yeah, the Japanese now have two very good young high hurdlers. Yeah, very interesting kind of setup here. Yeah, everybody, this is what we're getting now. We're at that stage where, let me take a quick sip of this Vita Coca here. We're still waiting on them to officially sponsor the show, but yeah, that's good stuff there. Let's see what we get in the final that's coming up, but yeah, I guess we shouldn't be surprised that athletes are getting near to their best. This is interesting kind of space. The women's long jump is in progress as well. We can get a quick update on that. Koala in the lead here in what 6:67. It's not a lot of, so we're not in big jumping territory here. It's like 661. It's only the first round anyway, so we'll give it some time. There's also Quenisha Burks there as well. Yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. We also on track next is gonna be the 110-meter hurdle finals, so we'll get to see what we get there. We just looked at the heats. There's Enrique already gone 13:09. That kid is good. Eopius, the Spanish guy. Martinez 13:29. Beard, as we know, has gone 13:10 this season. And Muratake with 13:07 this season as well. Cunningham has gone 13:12 this season. 13:17 for Izumiya. Yeah, a lot of hopes are on Sasha Joya. I think it's too early for him. I mean, although he's run 13:15 before, and this season 13:32, had that big mishap in the French Olympic Championships. Yeah. They're showing the Eiffel Tower Stadium here. I think I have some pictures of that, some videos of that we need to put up when they were just constructing the Eiffel Tower Stadium. We'll put out a few of them. Sam Kendricks they're showing now on the men's pole vault right now, trying to clear 585, which he does. Looks good. Mondo Duplantis now trying to go over 585, at least on my screen here. And he does that successfully. He doesn't look good. Is he okay? Lots of space there for Mondo. His face looked like he was grimacing a little bit, but maybe it's just me. Yeah. So none of the big US guys are here at this for at least the guys who made a US team for the 110 hurdles, but we'll see. Let's see where we are. All right, so we got 110-meter hurdles up soon. Bella, what's up? Well, the 800-meter men's times were crazy. It is ridiculous. I don't even know what to. I'm still like, I'm flabbergasted right now. I can't even process the rest of the meet so far because everything is just flashing back in my head. It is out there. Outrageous time. I'm just seeing a quick look at the heats here earlier for the 110-meter hurdles. That was just the heats they're showing. They're gonna. This is heat 2 here. This is Sasha Joya here. He's hitting the first hurdle. He's hitting a lot of hurdles here, Sasha Joya. I don't know why. I've been noticing that recently. And then Beard comes through to win that. All right, so yeah, in a second, the final will get going. Yeah, the Monaco Diamond League matchups are much more stacked. The money in Monaco, all in the game, is always very nice, you know. I think they're going to show Nicola Oleslegas right here trying to clear 203. She's already one failed attempt at 203. Let's see if she can do this. Oof, no, hit that off with our back. So yeah. So the high jump is going on really nice there, you know? Yeah. So Manuchek has already gone over 203 and Olislaga. So the 110-meter hurdle finals is coming up in a second. They're introducing the athletes. So Europis from Spain, and there's Martinez, there's Beard, Murataki, Cunningham, Izumia, and Obasuya. If I'm pronouncing, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that well. And then also Sasha Zoya. Let's see where we are here. All in the game is saying Zoya is really short for these high hurdles. It's a step up in height from June. It is, it is. And I think he's also under immense pressure too because he feels that at the Paris Olympics he has to perform in front of a home crowd. But he has a lot of time, but he's not very tall either. It doesn't seem like, right? Yeah. Henley Taylor, good day. Thanks for joining. 141 in men's 800 meters is sick running. It certainly is sick running. They're on something tonight in terms of this fabulous type of running there. I don't even know what to say. We're getting three guys running that, three guys running PBs, national records there for a couple of them. It's good to see, and as we've been saying earlier, we still haven't seen a marker up in the mix yet, and so on. So they're in the blocks now for the men's 800 not 800 meters, for the men's 110-meter hurdles. Let's see what happens here. There's Sasajaya, there's Trey Cunningham, there's Izumiya. These two Japanese guys ran really well earlier. And Murataki didn't show up. He's not in the lane, so I don't know if he's injured from the, because his lane is empty. Yeah. Yeah. He maybe injured something from the earlier race. They're in set position. And they're out there. And good running, good better hurdling there from Zaya. And this is an angle I don't like to see, but he looks like he might be in the mix too. Trey Cunningham too, just mistake there. But Sasha Joy is going to take this out on outside on the out of lane 8. It looks so. And Cunningham had a little bit of a misstep, but he also ended up finishing strong. Actually, both Zoya and Cunningham finishing with the same time, 13:15. They give it to the Frenchman on home soil. That could be an interesting photo finish to see again. And Izumiya also at the line there, finishing strong, 13:16. This is good running there by three guys, 13:15, 13:15, and 13:16 into a headwind. Iopis in fourth in 13:21, with same time as Beard, 13:21. Good run there from Zaya. Cleaned up the hurdling from the first round and equaling his PB. Izumi was in the mix, but he was hitting a lot of hurdles there. Also, Trey Cunningham hitting a few. But then he hit one that had him coming back a bit, but he didn't lose much there. And I think if Cunningham hadn't hit that, what is that, hurdle 8? Is it hit 8? I think, or 7, he would have probably won this more comfortably. Well, he would have won this rather, not comfortably. But really good running there from Sasha Joya to be way out there in lane 8, and he found a way to win it by some thousands of a seconds, it seems. I haven't seen the official result, but it's 13:15, 13:15. So he must have won this by a few thousandths of a second or so. Yeah. Back to the all in the game. Wanted to see the new Japanese guy run. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he felt something from the first one. Brandon Webb, how are you doing? Athletes Grim all the time. Yeah, you know it goes. It's part of the whole thing. I think you probably mentioned that you're saying that in reference to when I said that about Mondo Duplantis earlier. Uh, Henley saying, "Good run for the top three guys. Just a pity Trey won't be at the Olympics. He isn't a big occasion performer. Yeah, he won't be there. I mean, making the 110-meter hurdles for the United States is one of the hardest things to do. Likewise, the 100-meter hurdles too. It's such a really tough event. If you just look at those times in Eugene, and you just can't even get into the mix. It's it's hard, right? It's really hard to to be a top class athlete and wanting to represent the United States over 110-meter hurdles and realizing that you just can't make it because it's so competitive, you know. But that's part of the sport, you know. There's world championships next year, so you hope you can get into it. But yeah, it's super tough. It's just super tough to make the US national team over 110 hurdles. And yeah, those guys are amazing. And you also in a space where it's pretty much guaranteed that Grant Holloway makes every team. He's been the most impressive hurdler of a generation. The only thing missing from his uh, trophy is the Olympic title, which still may not be easy to make. As I said all the time, Grant is the best at 8 hurdles, and if you're there, you could potentially clip him. But he starts favorites all the time. And 1286 he ran, we saw that. It was just outrageous. And you know, what can we say? In order to make the US team, you have to have 3 guys going sub 13. So I would like, you talk to Cardell Tinch or, 1303 and I don't make the team. It's outrageous. So it's very competitive. Yeah. Bella is, Sawa hasn't looked the same since her comeback. Would love to see how she runs around into would love to see how she rounds into shape. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think coming back from is yeah, we haven't seen it, right? And this is we just saw the Manuchik 203 clearance here. Very nice, very nice. I mean, Yaroslava is just a fantastic jumper. The arm stretched the right way. Really great jumper. Alislagas again here. Alislagas trying to clear 203 on our final attempt. I'm seeing the picture here. Doesn't do that. So that's the end of the high jump. And so we have a national record. What in the world? Did Marislava just jump 207? I haven't seen that. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. Yeah, we'll see. But just to end that thought, Bella. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think if you can't go back to back low 49s, it might be challenging, right? It might be challenging. I think winning the Olympic title means you have to be in 48 shape and maybe a 48 mid shape to be confident that you will get on the podium. Whether you need to run that in a final might be different, but you want to make sure your body is in that kind of shape. And thanks everybody for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't. It makes people know that a good thing is going on. Subscribe if you find value and want to be a part of the community. All in the game. Will we get another Mondo 1 centimeter world record? I hope not. I mean, but I know we laugh at this every event Mondo goes to try and break the world record. He's milking that $100,000 prize or whatever, $150,000 prize every time. Speaking of pole vault, let me get a check up on it now. So Mondo is already. So we are at 595. So I think what they're up next, 6 meters. So only two guys are left in the pole vault currently, which is Duplantis and Sam Kendricks, who's equaling his season best at 595. So once he's done, we'll see. All right, we're getting to 400 meters right now. And thanks for saying that, Bella. And they're introducing the athletes for the women's 400 meters. I'm just seeing Nielsen there. Then Lika Klava, who's a special athlete, I think, too. I don't know how good she can do. I don't think she'll get on a medal podium in Paris, but she certainly will play a role for the Dutch in the 4x4. And then here we have Kazmarek, who's also a really good athlete. I think she will vie for a medal potentially there. And then Paulina, who the entire DR is on her shoulder. And we'll get to see Alexis Holmes here. Really good athlete too. And then NASA, back from her whereabouts violation, and Mikolos. And Brazier. Let's see what we get here. All right, I'm trying to get a look at this. This camera guy is like focusing on some nails here. This is crazy. It's really good out there. I think good. Alexis Holmes looking good. Also Paulina too, and Kazmarek, or Lika Klava rather, Kazmarek as well. I think not much separating them on the stagger there. NASA is actually cutting into Alexis Holmes right now, but the distance between NASA and Kazmarek is probably around the same. I think at this moment here, NASA might be slightly ahead. Paulina is now stepping into gear, and she's probably going to come off the curve ahead of NASA, and she does do that. NASA also lead in second place, but Kazmarek is stepping there ahead of Alexis Holmes, and Kazmarek and Paulina is going to win this ahead of Kazmarek and NASA Kazmarek. Looks like Kazmarek at the end there really pushing for a dip. So photo finish between those two, it seems like. Yeah, 49.20 from Paulina. Comfortable run for her. I think there's a lot more in the tank. Kazmarek 49.82, the same time for NASA. So season best for NASA. That's good running there from NASA. She really came off the top of the bend strong as well. But Paulina, Paulina for me is still rugged runner, but I know she has a lot left in the tank, opening up there, winning quite comfortably. Better race running, and she could probably go sub 49 for sure. And then Natalie Kazmarek just pushing and getting into the mix. So that's good running there. Alexis Holmes 50.02. Nielsen from Great Britain, personal best for her at 50.67. And Lika Klava 50.89. Those are your top 6 athletes there. See where we are here. Oh, sorry, I got a lot of things here. Paulina just looks so dominant. Nasa looked much better. I agree with that. Nasa looks is very good. I don't have anything bad to really say about Nasa's run. I mean, also when you think about her technique there, I think she looked really comfortable. Good arm positions as well, driving. Maybe some more work. By now and Paris Olympics, she could be putting herself in the mix for sure. The question is, can she go back to back on this? And that's the question for many of these athletes for sure. But she could be putting herself into contention to be in the mix. 48-14. I'm not quite sure what that's in reference. Yeah. To where am I as well? Bella is saying it was not too long ago when running 49.5 was tough feat in 400 meters. Seems to be common now, and Paulina make it look so comfortable. Exactly. I think in general, I mean, I think when you go back in the years of the sport, let's take out the Marika Koch piece because I don't like to talk about that. But you think about a Perec, you think about even Shawnee and those people. There's over Sanya Richard Ross. There's a bunch of women at different stages who could consistently give you those 48s. But if you're in the 50s, 48s there, 49s there rather, you could be in the mix now. Now we're talking about if you're not in 48 shape or mid 48 shape, you might not medal, and that's good. That's a good thing. Where are we? This Paris Diamond League love its world records. Yeah, Paris Diamond Leagues also tend to show up a lot of really great fast times too, for sure. Over time, it's one of those great spaces there. And NASA's NASA. Oh, you mean you're talking about our PB? NASA has a 48-14 PB. She's taken too long to return to that form, and she has no major injuries. Makes you wonder about the authenticity of the 48-14. Still time for NASA on this occasion. Yeah, here's my position on this. All right, they're gonna show this 207 from Manuchik because I didn't see it. Whoa! Oh my God! There's space in that 207 for Manuchik to go. She's going at 210 here. Let's see, first attempt at 210. She just Yaroslav just jumped 210. You got to be joking. That is the world record. 2 meters 10 in high jump. It is beautiful, and there is space under her to go. Maybe she touched it a little bit, but there is 211 in those legs. This world record is how long? At least 30 something years, right? I have to check. I don't remember when the world record. That it has to be in the 80s. This world record came in, or that outrageous jump there. Oh, I thought we thought the 800 meters was the best thing this evening, but maybe as a spectacle together. But what we just saw from Miroslav Manuchik is one of the greatest things you'll ever see in all of sport. 2 meters 10. Thank you, Bella. In 1987, it is. This is all. Oh, that's what 37 years. Yeah, outrageous. All in the game told you about the Paris Diamond League and this world record. That is a treat beyond treat. I hope people recognize what they just saw here. 100 meters on the track in a second. Let me just finish this thought and leave. Here's my position. I don't want to blame NASA or any other athlete because I never have proof. All I will say here, and I don't buy athletes missing 3 whereabouts in a calendar year. It's not possible. Especially when you're an established athlete. It's not possible. So that's all I have to say. Yeah, 90, yeah, 87. It's ridiculous. World record at Hector Brown. I don't even know what's happening there. Good to see all those old records from the 80s starting to fall, which is an indictment of the sport to all in the game. And we've said it. I know you know this. It's like it needs these extremely generational athletes to breed some of these records that are iffy. At best, incredible. Yeah, let me get to this 100 meters here. I can't believe I just saw a bunch of 141s, and then we end up seeing uh and we just saw a 2 meters 10 world record. I don't even know what to say here. I don't know. Let's say there's Tamara Clark here, there's Sabota here, great starter. The Italian woman running really well earlier this year too, but let's see what we get here. It's not a stellar field for women's 100 meters. Who's that? Sabota looked out well. Tamara Clark not looking good. Who's that out there in the end? Where is Van der Vecken coming from? Is that Van der Vecken? It's a wait. This is. It's not a great race, but sorry, I was like confused. I was trying to figure out who these athletes are. It looks like Van der Wecken wins this in 11:06 out of lane 8. Kambunji didn't look good at all. I was trying to look for Kambunji and I didn't even see Van der Wecken at the end. And the camera is showing Sabota there, Tamara Clark in the back, Joseph, and the Gambian athlete there out there in lane 2, it seems like. And it looked like she was going to win, but got dipped at the end there from Van der Wecken from Luxembourg? She's Luxembourger. This isn't a negative win. Sorry, this is a fantastic time. What am I saying now? This is into a minus 2.0 win. This is a fabulous time. This is probably what 1091, 10.9 somewhere there, or 10.8s. 10, I don't know what the I have to look at the calculation. All in the game probably has it in a second, but that was really good. Sorry, I apologize. At first, I thought this wasn't great running. I thought it was positive win. It's into a minus 2 headwind right there. That's really good running there. Now that I'm thinking about it. All in the game is saying Manuchik doesn't turn 23 until September. What? Yeah. Saying a precursor for the Olympics. Yeah. I mean, you have to win the Olympics early and then go for that record. But I mean, no one is beating her at this stage. 210 is outrageous. I don't know if people know what 210 really is. I don't even know how to explain this. This is the thing about the sport, track and field, that's hard. You might have to stack this up by putting some goofy people on the side and just putting them in like a figure to really show how brilliant that is. All in, yeah, spot on 1091 at 0. Look at that. I'm guessing well. Yeah, that was a good run. The 100 meters is a good run. You're in 1091 is not terrible, you know. And if you get some assistance on the win, you could go, you could go somewhere around you could get somewhere around there in 10.8s if you had some assistance. So it's a good run by those women. Yeah. No, really, I mean, the Diamond League here is serving up some nice things here in the Sunday morning. Thanks everyone for joining. Wow, we have, what else is on? I think there's a 3,000 meter men final up on the track coming up there. I don't know why this NBC stream seems to be a little bit behind now that I'm looking at it. I don't know what they're doing. And then we're gonna have 200 meter final as well. There's nobody really there of significance, I don't think. There's Tarsus Orgat's there. Ogando is there as well. But nothing special there. And So that will come up. And then, but there will also be a 3,000 meter steeplechase for women, and this is going to be outrageous. I think should be really good running there. There's Beatrice Chipkoech there too, and Chipkoech is also there too. I mean, 2 meters 10 is just outrageous. And then obviously the 1500 meter final is gonna be incredible. We get to see Faith Kipiegan. It's our first Diamond League event, right? I believe. But you know, we want to see what she'll do there. There's also Laura Muir's there. There is Jessica Hull. Who else is in the mix there? There's a few other athletes, but I want to see what we get from Faith Kipiegan. Already gone 3:53 this season. Yeah. So only a few more events. Let me see where we are in anything else. I think Ipicino is leading in the long jump at 682 over Mitkova at 687, and Burks now is in third place at 673. So still a few more rounds to go in the women's long jump too. So it's getting okay. Where we are with Mondo, let's see. Is there no updates on these pole vaults? Let's see where we are now. 210 world record. Every world record must be celebrated. I mean, yeah, outrageous. It's up there. Yeah, yeah. Thanks very much. Yeah, Blanka Vlasic, one of the all-time greats for me. I mean, one of the most exaggerated run-ups, and actually, personality-wise, that we haven't seen anyone really in the sport like Blanca in terms of the field events. And if you guys remember, she would stop meets. She would really command that the entire crowd be in the mix. A beautiful jumper in her. Like, yeah, she did that 208 in '09, and that's the closest for sure. And she didn't get it, and now we are in that space of a 210. Yeah. All in the game. How demoralizing if you're struggling to break 2 meters and she jumps 210 at 22 years old. It is. I think one of the things here you just have to ignore as an athlete. You know, they tell don't you control what you can control, but just look at that. I mean, only 2 women went over 2 meters in this event, and you're talking about quality athletes here, right? So Lamar Diston can go 2 meters. Eleanor Patterson, a great jumper in her own right too. Is a 202 jumper, and look at that. Olislagas was at what 203, and as our PB, it's a good look there. And Anderson Peters coming back from injury here. I don't know how far he's just pushed that Javelin. Let's see. The camera angle on this is not the best. That's 83.40 there for Anderson Peters. Not bad. So he's in. Who's in the lead? So it's Weber in the lead. I just took that off. I have to look at. Mihambo skipped her second attempt, then Fowler third in the long jump. Interesting. I'll look at it in a second. So yeah, Julian Weber in the lead for Germany in 83.41 over the Grenadian 83.40. Vlasic 81.83. And the Pakistani guys back at 80.20. Is this his first event of the season? I haven't seen him in a while. Nadim. So yeah, the javelin is heating up there. Not outrageous, but we'll see what we get. I want to check the long jump again. What happened to Miyamba? I didn't even realize she was in it. Long jump. Yeah, she was there. Yeah. So she's out. She did a 660. She must be feeling something. You have to think because she's already gone what 7 meters and changed the season, took the world lead. So maybe she felt something because no one jumps their first jump and then gets out of unless she, the first jump was a 660. Had she jumped like 7 meters, then maybe you could say, all right, that's enough. But yeah, maybe she felt something. We have to watch the space on that. I do hope it's not serious because you'd want to see her at the Olympic Games. I think her and Tara will be a really great battle in the Stade de France come a few weeks' time. All right, so the 3000 steeplechase seems like it's in progress here, but I don't know why. Not steeplechase, but the 3000 meters flat. I don't know if I like this American coverage. Why are they switching to showing some US stuff here while the Diamond League 3000 is going on? I need to get on a VPN and find another. All right. Where we are. Clava has 5089, I guess has a lot of work to do in the 400 meter. Hasn't looked the same since our great indoor season. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on there because I thought she would be running like mid 49s at this stage. But I don't know if she suffered with anything. They're gonna need her to be in great shape for that 4x4 regardless, but on a personal level, she's gonna want to be in good shape to at least make a statement for the 400 meters. You would think she should get into the final. You would think, but I don't. It might be harder than we think at this stage. Yeah, I mean, imagine a semifinals in 400 meters at the Olympics and athletes running 49 lows, maybe even below 49s in a semifinal. It could happen. Yeah. Max Swain here leading the 3000 meters above Kurup. I mean, the size difference here between these two guys are just immense, height-wise, rather. Yeah. Max Swain's still there, but Krupp just took the lead ahead of Max Swain. They're like leading McGorty by about 40, 50 meters. I don't know. Yeah, it looks that way. 40 meters. Yeah. And ahead of Philibert Thibaut, if that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, Krop is gonna lead this out. He's ahead of Max Swain by a good 15 meters now. It's not 15 meters, about 10 meters, I think. Yeah. Max Swain is coming back in, but Krop is gonna run. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be like close to the meet record. It could be. No, it's not. Yeah. Krop wins this in 7:28.83 ahead of Max Swain 7:29.46. PBs for those, and McGorty in 7 just crossed the line in 7:35.63. National record for Canada here in Philibert Thibaut at 7:35.73 and Ratcliffe 7:37.92. A lot of PBs here for all these PBs for everybody up to 7th place. Interesting. Yeah. Next on the track is the men's 200 meters, I think. That's coming up soon. So Thibodeau there, the national record for Canada, yeah. All in the game, it's an NCAA 200 final rematch between Orgat and Traore, where big favorite Orgat choked a little. He did choke in the NCAA final, yeah. Yeah. So Traore already about 1993 the seasons. You know, Orgat did a 1975. Let's see what we get here. Thanks everyone for joining. I'll be back this week again. Monica is in a few days, right? Is it? And also for my cricket fans, I might be doing some West Indies stuff this week too. So only a few things remaining for today, and we will. Get a quick update on the pole vault that should be still in progress. So right now, Kendricks is out. He failed on all 3 attempts at 595. So he just equals his at 6 meters rather. I'm sorry, equal his PB, season best rather, not PB, at 595, but failed at all 3 attempts at 6 meters. Mondo just cleared 6 meters on his second attempt. So he's one, now he's gone to 625. So the usual has happened. So Mondo has had a flawed series, not a flawed, a clean series until he got to 6 meters where he failed on his first attempt. And now he's going to try and attempt to break the world record for, I don't know, the umpteenth time. Yeah, Monica is on Friday. That should be a really good meet. It's always a great meet on my bucket list. I got to get to Monica next year. It's like, I think you got to fly into Nice or something like that. So let's see, Uganda, there's going to be, Mateo didn't start. ZZ 2018 as his PB. Rice from Switzerland, and then the Canadian Jerome Blake finishes off in lane 1 there. Hopefully this is a good race. I mean, we saw the 100 meters into a serious headwind. I don't know what we'll get here. This guy's running in his Alabama shirt, is he? They're in a set position. And they're out. There's a recall gun here. I'm surprised this guy's wearing his University of Alabama shirt. I thought he didn't turn pro. Yeah, he is. Oregon has the ability to do sub 10, 20, 45, but is inconsistent and struggles with big moments. Yeah. I mean, he's very talented for sure. There's a green card here. They're back in the blocks. Well, you guys thought, did you see the Let's See Litoboga 100 meters yesterday? I saw a clip of it. At least the first one. I don't know if he ran another one, but it's a good start here. Traore is out. Oganda is leading again ahead of Torres. So Oganda wins this in 1998. Oregon wins this in comes second in 2018. But it looks like Traore pulled up there on the curve into a slight headwind. Yeah, Traore felt something there. He's done. That looks like a hamstring or his thigh or something like that. Oganda looks good. Oregon looks like a leggy collegiate athlete now. I mean, still finishing in second, but not much there. All right, so that's that for the men's 200 meters. I wasn't that excited, but I mean, 1998 sub 20, you shouldn't sniff at that, but I guess I wanted to see what Traore would do, and unfortunately for him, he had an injury in the race and could not finish. Only 2 events left for this Paris Diamond League meeting, and that would be the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase, and then the 1,500 meters will close it out, where we'll see the great Faith Kipyegon. I anticipate a lot from her. Can we get a new world record this year in 1,500 meters? I suspect we'll see a lot of fast times. Last year, Faith decided to take things to another level with 3:49:11. Who knows what we'll get from a bunch of athletes this year. I saw there's no Gidi at the Olympics this year, which is unfortunate. Lentespet Gidi didn't make the Ethiopian team, hasn't run in a long while, so clearly injuries have taken a toll on her season. Gudaf Sagai, I believe, is trying the Sifanasana approach from the last Olympics. So that might be interesting to see. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Can she pull that off? I don't really know. It's going to be very tough. The schedule there will just be outrageous. But 2 more events, and then we'll be back this week, obviously, as well for the Monica Diamond League. It's going to be exciting. A lot of high quality athletes will be there. I'm just seeing when Kendricks failed at 595. Did he make it? Yeah, he did make the 595, but he missed out at 6 meters. I want to check in the meantime the status of the long jump just to make sure, not the long jump, the long jump too, but I want to see where the pole vault is. Mondo has already missed at 525 on his first attempt, so he has 2 more chances at this world record. Still don't know why he goes for the world record at every event, but I suspect that's what you have to do until you can't do it anymore. The Javelin, let's see where we are there. Vladic is now in the lead at 85.04, ahead of Weber 83.41. Anderson Peters in third at 83.40. Nadim 82.71 in fourth place. So 2 more rounds left in the Javelin as well. I guess we're now going to get a shot of the 625 that Mondo tried his first attempt. I want to see how close he is to that. Oh, so he didn't even jump the first 625. Yeah. So he's not like he tried to clear it. Yeah, the wind wasn't his liking, so he didn't go, the time expired on him, so it became an automatic fault. Yeah. Yeah. It's a really good shot there of the stadium. So yeah, Mondo didn't attempt his first jump at 625. I think they were just waiting on the wind. Time ran out, so he got a foul jump for that. So women's 3000 steeplechase is gonna be off the chain here. I mean, Beatrice Chip Coach is, I think, should start favorite. Yeah, there's Yavi as well. There's Jacqueline Kipchurch, who've already gone 9:19 this season too, as a personal best of 8:57 as well. Yeah. So I think it's going to be the Kenyans with Yavi in a mix too. We'll see what we get. The French athlete ran a fairly, really good time this season as well. Yeah. So they're on the line. They're about to start in a second. So once we get this 3,000 meters steeplechase for women off, then the next thing that we'll have is the 1,500 meters. But this should be a really good race. World record holder in the mix. Anytime you get Beatrice Skip Coach in the mix, she already pushed to the front of the pack already. So the 2 Kenyans are out there. They're going to make a statement, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget to join me later this week. Don't forget to like the video. Guys, appreciate all the people who come on and who hang out with me. I know some of you don't get a chance to always come in, but if you're don't be fearful if you want to say stuff. You know me. I put it on the screen and we'll talk about it. Yeah, so they're already a massive leader pack here for the women's 3,000 meters. The two Kipchoge from Kenya rather, and Yavi. They've already taken the lead. Jacqueline ahead of Beatrice. I'm now getting a shot of Nadim here in the Javelin. That looks like 80 something, so it wouldn't put him into the top 3 position. Arshad Nadim, big dude. That was like 82.12. It looks like, yeah. So still Weber, Peters, and he got into the top 3. It was 82.71. Sorry, Jakub Vladic here. That looks good. That looks close to 85 meters, probably 84 and change. Vladic. That's 85.04 there. So currently in second position there. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Let me see. Mihama finished 7th, skipped second of her 5 jumps and fouled another 2. So her first jump was the only legit one. Yeah, I was seeing that. I don't know what happened there. So there's Beatrice Kipchoge in the lead ahead of Yavi and Jacqueline in third. I mean, everybody knows. Yeah, I think Yavi is she won the world championships, but Beatrix Kipchoge is the world record holder. This is gonna be good. So it's just her and Yavi right now. I think Jacqueline Kipchoge is a bit behind, but they're opening up on this 3,000 meter steeplechase. It's pretty good running so far. So Weber here in his 5th throw in the diamond. That looks like 85 and change there, or just below 85. That's a big throw there by Julian Weber. That's over 85 meters there. $85.91. That's a good throw there from Weber. So he's back in the lead there with that throw. That's a big throw there from him. So Kipchoge is still in the lead here ahead of Yavi in the 3,000 meters. I think Jacqueline Kipchoge is out of the race. She's done. She fell out. And so it's Beatrice Kipchoge in the lead ahead of Yavi, Finot from France, and Bird from Great Britain are now in the top 4 positions. Good distance between, well, not a big distance, probably about 5 meter distance between the pack. So the pace seems as if they're slowed down a little bit. I haven't checked the splits, but yeah. There's a pack of 4 right now hunting in the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase. Anybody could win this at this stage. And then there's about a 50-meter gap from the rest, which are all bunched together there. Yeah, at this stage it's gonna be like some 9 minutes and change, it looks like. Probably high 9 minutes, unless they pick it up. Right now, Yavi's taking the lead right now, ahead of Beatrice Kipchoge, who is now being passed on the hurdle here by Alice Finot. Beatrice Kipchoge is struggling, I think. She's now about 5 or 6 meters behind third place position. There's not a lot in the legs there from the world record holder. I wonder if it's a heavy load week or so. But Yavi's there, the British athlete, the French athlete, they're all there. But Yavi should win this. I don't know if she will win it, but Beatrice is way out of it. Her countrywoman didn't even finish the race, and now the world record holder is struggling at best. There's gonna be a final lap, and Yavi's ahead of Finot, ahead of Bird. And she has a good 10-meter lead on second position or more. The French athlete is there too, the British athlete, but I think Yavi should win this comfortable. She's opening up, this is what, 15 meters here, 20. World champion from last year. And she's now picking that pace up, looking really good. So Finot and Bird. And then Markovic is in 4th place right now. I don't even know where the Olympic champion, not the world record holder is, rather. Way out. She's probably not going to finish, or finish way down the track. So yeah, last water jump here. And Yav is going to move now. Can she get on a 9 minutes here? Probably not. This is 8:59. No, she's going to go 9 minutes low. Very good run there. 9:03.68 for Yavi. Finot in second in 9:05.01, which is a national record for the French athlete. And Bird, a season best of 9:09.07. Big French national record there for Finot. It's good running there. 9:03 is very good. But Beatrice Kipchoge finishes in 9th position in 9:27.21. So that is shocking to say the least. Jacqueline Kipchoge didn't finish the race either. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. MCS. Let me get all of these. How are you doing, Jacqueline Smith? Oh, the high jump, 2 meters 10. Fabulous. The best race on the track was the 800 meters for men, 3 men going 141. But the most impressive thing of the evening is Yaroslav Manuchik at 210. Amazing. All in the game. Kipchoge/Lavi remind me of Germa El Bakali. Which one's faster? Where one's faster, but the others are better champion performance. And that's a good point, yeah. Because Lamitra Germa, given his ability, should always beat El Bakali. But then, the Bahrainian guy finds a way all the time. I don't know. I can't explain this this Beatrice Kipchoge thing tonight. That's way down the the track. A countrywoman has also didn't finish, so maybe they had a hard week in training. We will see, but it doesn't look good. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Shane. It's 210 was fabulous. Yeah. Uh, Kipchoge showing 33 yesterday. Father time always win in the end. That is very true. At some point you can no longer bring it. Yeah, that is true. Have you guys watched the Netflix documentary, the sprint thing? I haven't really watched it yet, to be honest with you. Then I started to read reviews from outlets. Some people love it, other people didn't. And then I don't know why I read the reviews. So I'm feeling apprehensive about watching it, but I probably should go watch it. Yeah. So we're waiting for the final event on the track, which could be the best event on the track. You never know. Any race that has Faith Kipiegan in it, you just can't counter out. Already doing 3:53.98 the season, fastest time of any competitor here. Obviously, the world record last year in that fabulous season where she broke all of those records, including the 5,000 meter, which was then eventually broken again by Gudaf Sigai. So she has a 3:49.11 at best, and it's just an amazing kind of athlete there, Faith Kipiegan. Other athletes there, there is Laura Moore, there's Hall, there is McGee in the mix, there's Georgia Bell, but she hasn't gone sub 4 minutes this season. Yeah, Ejoria as well has gone 3:58. So it should be a good run here. All eyes would be obviously on Faith Kipiegan. Want to see the final attempt now of Armando Duplantis. I suspect he probably didn't break it. I don't know if he did. He didn't. He hits that in the midsection there. So fail attempt at 6:25 for Mondo Duplantis. Mondo, as we know, wins all these events and then finds a way. So they're just showing a Pacino there in 682 in the women's long jump. But yeah, Mondo, as we know, going back to Mondo, he basically wins these events around the 6 meter mark, then pushes it to a world record. And he will continue to do this, I suspect, until he can no longer break the world record, which probably will look close to the ceiling of the pole vault until we get another generational talent to come along. But the state of the pole vault is really interesting, where athletes struggle to get to 6 meters. He gets there relatively comfortably, and then he puts it up to some outrageous effort. So while I don't always like this 1 cm world record attempt, I actually don't like it, to be honest with you, because it gets a little bit, I don't know what to say. It's just one more attempt type thing. I don't want to ever say that we're not appreciating Mondo because of we've never seen the like. I never thought I would see somebody better than Sergio Bukka, and we have, and we have to. And Bukka was special, and we have to basically appreciate the greatness of Mondo. Clips from key races show the exhilarating intensity of sprinting. There's little insight. The result, a documentary that seems more like a sport adjacent reality show or a polished PR campaign. Interesting. Uh, a critic's review that seems to sum up what I've seen from people. Interesting. Yeah, I just haven't really. I wanted to watch it. I started to. I was gonna click on it and then I didn't. What is it, like 6 episodes or 4 episodes? And I just got busy doing some other things. And I didn't want to watch it like when I was gonna fall asleep because it wouldn't do it justice. I'll probably just fall asleep on it. But I'll see if I get around to doing it. Here's what I always say is if it helps a sport, then it's a good thing in general. Because sometimes, especially, and I'm talking to you guys on the channel, I know there are some of you here on the channel who are extremely devoted to the sport, that you watch everything, you read everything, you follow a lot of important stuff. And sometimes those aren't the people they're trying to attract. And which is not always great because you want products for you for people who love the sport immensely too, if that's what this turns out to be. But the sport is still, to me, too young in terms of its marketing appeal. Not a young sport, but it doesn't do enough to capture wider people. And then Olympic year, so we'll see what we get from that. It's always tough when some of the great stars don't make it to the Olympics because we miss out on that, but that's part of sport. Yeah. All in the Game is saying would help if more guys could consistently vault 6 meters plus. And that's the main thing in the pole vault right now. Guys are struggling to get to 6 meters. And you really need 4 or 5 people to be doing a 6 meter easily. And so every championships will get close to somewhere there. And 605s can come into play. 60, maybe anything on a 610, because I know 610 is just outrageous too. But the thing is, if we don't do those things, then it just becomes a Mondo waiting game. And I think if you get more guys doing 6 meters, eventually that might force them to continue pushing the bar. But because everyone knows you can't catch Mondo, right? It's just the dominance there is different. And so you just focus on what you can do. And on a given day, if you can get 595 closest to 6 meters, you should again end up on a podium. And I think it's unacceptable if we don't raise the standards there. It's hard. It's an event that is unforgiving. Not a lot of people get into it too, so we'll see. All name, yes, it's a dock primer for the casual US track fan. Yeah, and I think that's where they have to go. Sports in general, market in the United States, whether it's the big sports, you see Copa America in the United States, you see all of the athletes, the big football / soccer clubs, they travel here in the summer and they rake in tons of bucks on some on some half baked preseason games that sometimes don't feature stars, and paying hundreds of bucks to get in. It's because it's the biggest sporting market in the world, and in terms of people spending money. And if you don't appeal it to larger American fans, then you can't then turn around and pay athletes what they really deserve, because at some point they're like, there's no money. It has to break out here. It needs to be a fairly large sport. I also think more Diamond League events need to be in the United States, or more big track and field events where you can do better marketing. And but I don't know. We'll see. There's what's this Michael Johnson League coming and all that stuff. I don't know if that will change the sport, to be honest with you. I don't like some of the stuff that I've seen around it, but I'll wait to see. Yeah. In a way, track and field is like tennis. Not actually, it isn't, but in a way, it is. And I say this way because tennis is a sport that there's a lot of money in tennis for some of the athletes if you compare it to most to sports like track and field. But you look at the draw or the salary for that, a Djokovic might get in a year, or this new kid Alcaraz, and you just compare that has and it's a global sport, global, and you compare that to some average NFL stuff or basketball. He's not even in the mix, and he's well known everywhere. And part of that too is because when you think about tennis, the Grand Slams themselves are independent, and there's the women TA, the men's TA, and nobody is coming collectively to fight for certain things. It's not easy. So I don't know, but I don't know why I went on that rant. Women's 1500 meters. We'll see what we get here. It's off. First Diamond League, I think, for Faith Kipyegon. And it should be a fantastic race. There's a couple pace sectors, but Kipyegon is already there, I think. I think that's Hull behind her as well, and Laura Muir somewhere in the mix ahead of somebody else that yeah, that's Hull. Yeah. So the two pacemakers, I believe, are in front of they're gonna pull. What is this? This is almost 40 seconds on the backstretch here. I can't calculate that off the top of my head. Yeah. It's about 3 laps remaining here. So Hull is just behind Faith Kipyegon, and she's going with her for sure. Faith looks really good though in terms of her shape-wise and so on. So Hull is right onto Faith Kipyegon, and they're having like a 50-meter lead, it looks like, or more. With I think is that Linden and Muir. I think I see Muir. It's hard to see. It's a little bit of a shadow onto the track, so not quite clear. 148. This is really fast right now. And Hull is just right onto Faith Kipyegon right here. So one pacemaker off the track right now, and the next one is off, and it's all Faith Kipyegon here, and Jessica Hull is moving with her, and this is like a 30-meter lead on the rest of the track. This is outrageous. This one. 221 right now coming around. This is gonna be very low. This has to be 350 lows. Is this world record pace? What are the lights on? This might be world record pace here. And Jessica Hull is actually going with her. Can she last this? I mean, there's so much of a lead. That's a quick check there from Faith Kipyegon final lap. They are lead. This is massive leading, and Hull is on the back of Faith Kipyegon. This is world record pace right now. This is ridiculous. And Laura Muir is somewhere there, but you can't see them. And Faith is opening up now on Jessica Hull. It's about 3 or 4 meter lead, and she took a check, and Jessica Hull is grimacing, but she's moving still. Laura Muir seems as if she's like running hard, but she's not gonna be anywhere close to this. I think this is on world record pace. This has to be 349 or 3. I mean, if not, maybe 350, 333 there, and they have about less than 100 meters. This is world record pace. It has to be. And Faith Kipyegon is stepping. She's now opening up like a 15-meter lead on Jessica Hull. 46, 47, 49. That's a world record. 49.04. You got to be kidding me. And she looks like she could have gone much more. That looked like I wouldn't say a training run for Faith. That is amazing. That is 3:49.04 by the great Faith Kipyegon, ahead of Jessica Hull in a massive, massive time for her, 3:50.83, which is a PB and an era record. Laura Muir also a national record for Great Britain, 3 minutes 53.79, and she was not even in the picture. PB for Lyndon, PB for Bell, PB for Ijori. I mean, what's going on here? Look at Faith. I mean, she's holding her composure well. And I mean, a little fight there. But this is impossible right now. Outrageous there by Faith. Outrageous. Big, big world record. Big world record. I mean, I miss all of these things. Yeah, it is world record pace. 3:49. Bella is saying, I'm surprised. Almost sub 3:49. Fair play to Jessica Hull. 10 women also set PBs, 2 world records, and a great 800-meter race. No, this is fabulous. They're setting us up for Paris right here. That if we don't, this is. Stay curious what's going on. World record, Bella, wow. Jessica Hull was mad impressive there. For sure. Look at Marie-José Perec. It looks like they're showing in the on the picture there. This is madness right here. This is PB for everybody in the race except for Corey McGee. Right now, 12 women run sub 4 minutes. That is drastically outrageous. I mean, I didn't think she would have come and run a world record like that. She was at 3:49.11 first, then she goes to 3:49.04. This is very close, as we've been saying. I mean, she definitely can run 3:48.5. Probably. If with the right, I mean, if it spins good for her. Hull I mean Hull to stay with Faith was special. That's imagine before that our PB was 3:55.97 and now it's 3:50.83. That's a big step up there. That's a gigantic step up. Laura Muir to breaking the British record, 3:53.79. Hall 3:56.40. Bell 3:56. Look how many women running, like 1, 2, 3 women running 3:56. You got 3:53 from 1, 3:50. This is next level running here, guys. I mean, this has been amazing meet. Amazing meet. Amazing meet. Well, you know, it's a Sunday. It's a great Sunday. It's now afternoon. Hopefully, you guys, if you're going for breakfast, brunch, wherever you are, all in the game. Once Fate ran an easy 3:53 at altitude trials a couple of weeks ago, the world record was on for sure. And she really came out here and delivered. I mean, look out. Yeah, because Wanyoni had done that fantastic stuff too. Well, didn't realize. I mean, he ran another PB, but Sejati had different things in mind. Bella, I'm excited for Olympics. Amazing results today. Yeah, it is. I want to see what happens later on this week when we touch the Monaco Diamond League. Then we have London. Then if you better be ready or that's it. You know? Yeah. It was a great day for track and field, guys. I'm going to probably head off because I know a lot of you are coming in. But don't forget to like the video, subscribe. Appreciate everybody. I say it all the time, but I always like to reiterate that because this is your guys' show. You know, watch alongs are great. love to do them. We'll do much more of them, and then in the Olympics too, we'll do boat watch alongs and a few reaction shows. And I want to do some live. I think I could try to do a live later on this week before the Diamond League, get a sense of where we are. But if we don't, I'll see you for sure during Monaco. Yeah. No, Monaco is coming up next on Friday, I think, and then after that, on the 21st is the London Diamond League, which is the last event before we get to the Olympics. So it's Monaco, then London, and then the Olympics. Then we go back for Lausanne after the Olympics. So all the way, I think Diamond League finals is Brussels this year, right? If I'm not mistaken, I have to check that. Yeah. So yeah, we are heating up. I hope you have a great rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for being with me on the channel. And I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to watch other videos too. Take care. Bye bye.